Hello everyone. So I did make you a surprise for people who, who wants to be able to make money and live the life of their dreams. So tonight I am introduce you to Jenny, who is a very successful online business coach who started only 2 months ago. She's already making 10K per month, which is very impressive and for real. So she has a corporate background, which she left to start doing what she wanted. Jenny is not following the Unlimited Abundance program for those who have seen my previous video. But the reason I thought it would be great to interview Jenny is because she's a great inspiration of someone who takes guided action, because she actually listens to her intuition a lot whenever she takes action. So now we are going to find out how she made it. So hi Jenny.
Hello everyone, I'm super excited to be here. Thank you for the opportunity.
You're welcome. So my first question to you is what do you do on a daily basis, and what was the trigger for you to leave your job and make your dream come true?
Right, so first of all, I'm a business coach to aspiring entrepreneurs, so people who are ready to start their business, but they lack the strategy, like they want to start it, but they don't know how. So that's how I help them. I give them structure and strategy. Plus, of course, mindset is always super important because we have all the overwhelm and all the fears coming up, right? So I just started my business 2 months ago, and the trigger point was when I was working in corporate consulting, and I was working a lot of hours. Like my typical week was 70-hour work weeks and stuff like that. And I realized this life is no longer serving me. And the exact trigger point was when my dad died very suddenly last year. And I realized he was postponing his dreams because of his career. And I no longer wanted to do that, because I want to live my life now, because this is the life I was given. And I want to live all my dreams. I no longer want to postpone my dreams. And I knew that in the corporate world that was not possible. So I created this business of mine because now I can live all my dreams. And I can still make money and I can still work. But I have it all now. And it is actually possible to have it all. Although a lot of people told me you cannot have it all, but you can.
Perfect. So what actually do you love most about your business?
Literally, I created this business because I wanted a business that is completely my own, that is completely the way I want it to have. And I love everything about it. Like, I love my clients. I love my days. I love that I don't have to follow a set structure. I love that I can make decisions based on what I think is right and not based on what someone else thinks is right. I love that I have the freedom. I'm location independent, so I'm traveling full time. I will not be back home in 8 months. I'm now here in London. Soon I'll be on Bali for 2 months. Then I'll be in Australia. I love everything around it. I especially love the freedom that I created for myself. The freedom with regards to the time, so I can work whenever I want. The freedom with regards to the location where I'm at, that's extremely important for me. And the freedom of money too. I can decide what I'm going to charge, how much money I'm going to make, and all of this.
That's awesome. So it's very, very, very impressive, and I'm very happy that I can interview Jenny. So what was the first step you took in your journey?
So coming from corporate consulting, I was doing something very similar that I'm doing now. I was working with entrepreneurs and with startups. So basically, I knew already what it was that I was going to do. I knew I wanted to become a business coach. And actually, the first step is always the most important one. It's not waiting for something to happen, but taking action. And I'm teaching all about taking action fast, because I wanted this now. I knew I wanted to go big, and I wanted this now. And I knew that if I hide and let my fears take over, then this is not going to work. So my first step was probably to allowing myself to be this new person, to show up as the person I wanted to be. And get active, get online, get public with sharing what it is that I wanted to be doing.
Awesome. So how did you manage to remain accountable and make sure that you do follow up every time?
I mean, I had a coach myself, right? So it was easy to not give up, right? And every coach has a coach. That's a secret that is no longer a secret because it's so important. And I had a coach, and I would not be here where I am 2 months into my business without a coach. And I mean, I showed up because I knew that there were clients out there needing me. I knew that I had to tell this story because there's someone waiting for me to tell this story and waiting for me to show up and be there for him or her, right?
Yes. So do you have morning rituals or evening rituals that you make sure you follow?
Yeah, I have a morning routine that I love. I never considered myself a morning person, which is funny because now the mornings are my favorite part of the whole day. I wake up whenever I feel like waking up. Basically, I set a timer whenever I go to bed, and I set it at 8 hours. So I'm not setting a timer at like 7 in the morning because sometimes I go to bed at 2 and sometimes I go to bed at 7. So it always depends on when I want to wake up, but mostly it's after 8 hours. And then I journal. I journal about my big vision mostly. So who is it that I want to become? What are my next steps? What do I feel like I should be doing today? What is my desire for today? And sometimes I meditate depending on how I feel, or I do some yoga. And I always listen to some music before I start working because music is what inspires me. Music is what lights me up. What else do? I don't really have a ritual for the evening. Most of the nights I would write down what I'm grateful for or what I achieved today, to always remember that I'm actually progressing, because sometimes I fear that I'm not progressing fast enough and not up leveling fast enough, which is crazy because I started 2 months ago and I am where I am right now. But still, I'm like this overachiever that wants it all. So for me, it's good to reflect back on the day what I actually did. So I guess that would be my evening ritual. Plus, 1 hour before I go to bed, there's no screen time. Like, I'm making sure that I get off social media, I get off TV and everything to just like read or listen to music or talk to my boyfriend or whatever.
That's awesome. So, one thing that you did mention to me, that is that you use intuition quite a lot whenever you make some decisions, whether you feel like it's the right step or actually it isn't. Can you please tell us a little bit more about that?
Yeah, so I never called it like using my intuition, but I guess it is. So for example, now that I'm soon launching a group coaching program, and I journal a lot about it. Like, how do I want to feel in this program? What do I want the transformation to be? And I noticed that when I journal, like, I'm making the best decisions because I'm thinking a lot about what are my fears and what is holding me back. And I want this business to be 100% me, and I want it to feel like it's me. So that's why I'm doing all the decisions based on what feels good to me. And I guess that is using my intuition, if you want to call it like that.
Because you mentioned about being in alignment, and if you're not going to do it, right?
Right. So, for example, with my clients, it would be easy to say I'm going to take all the clients that want to work with me, but that does not feel aligned to me. Like, I only want to work with clients that feel awesome, that I'm excited about, that are amazing, right? So that's why I say no to clients that want to work with me. And at the beginning, a lot of people did not understand, like, why would you not take the money, right? It's easy money. Well, it's not about that. For me, it's about feeling good about my business, and I only feel good about my business if I have clients that I love and that I want to support, right?
So how do you make sure that you keep your energy so high?
Yeah, everyone always comments on my energy. Like, I'm doing a lot of Facebook Lives and everyone is always like, oh my God, your energy, your energy, your energy. Well, it's basically because I created my dream life. Like, I'm doing now what I'm excited to be doing. I can travel. Like, I'm in London now, which is amazing. And I just, like, I love everything I do. I don't do anything that feels forced or that where someone tells me that I should do X, Y, Z. I don't believe in that. I believe in doing what feels good to me. So, for example, with my Facebook Lives, I'm only doing a Facebook Live if I feel inspired to do a Facebook Live. Yes. And if I feel stressed, if I'm freaking out for whatever reason, then I'm not gonna do a Facebook Live. But basically, I figured out, like, what are things that keep me excited, right? So I love to listen to music. I love to listen to Taylor Swift and dance. If I feel down, I look at my success log. So that's something I created where I have, like, all my clients' messages, all my clients' success in there. And if I feel like down or unmotivated, then I look at that and be like, oh my God, like, look at what I already achieved. And I mean, that keeps my energy high pretty easily, right?
Very good. Something that might also interest our group a lot is when you started, did you experience any resistance or block? and how did you overcome it?
Right, so everyone is always commenting on, oh my God, Jenny, you don't have any fears, you are so confident, blah, blah, blah. Yes, I am right now because I did the work, right? So I hired a mindset coach before I started this business. So it was maybe like a couple of weeks earlier, and then I started this business because I knew, like, I know strategy, I know structure, but I had fears, I had doubts. I was like, oh my God, what if no one is going to sign up for my program? What if no one is going to join my group? What if no one is going to like my post, right? And I had to overcome those fears because I know that I can only take big action if I feel it's the right step and if I feel aligned and if I feel like this is what I want to be doing. But if fear is keeping me from it, then I can like have all the plans in my mind. I'm not going to take the action, right? So I knew that overcoming my fears was crucial, and I knew that this is why I wanted to hire someone to do this like professionally, because I knew, like as I said before, I knew I wanted to go big, and so I knew that I wanted to take care of my mindset first. And this has helped me like so much, like grow so much. And like actually I think it's another question you have, but like literally the best advice I can give is start now, because never ever will someone come to you and just be like, I have taken all your fears away. No, like fears go away by taking action, right? It's not the other way around. It's not like at some point you're miraculously now ready to start taking action. No, it's because you decide that now is the time that you want to take action, and then slowly but steadily your fears go away, right? It's the same with doing Facebook Lives. A lot of people are afraid of doing Facebook Lives, but once they start, the fear goes away. It's not because, woohoo, fear's away, now I start doing my Facebook Lives.
Perfect. So what's next for you in your journey?
Right, so I'm starting a mastermind this end of the week, which is super exciting because not everyone can afford my high-ticket coaching, which I understand. So I came up with a low-end offer, which I'm extremely excited about, which will be amazing. And what's next on the bigger scale is for July, my next money goal is hitting 30K. So now I'm hitting 10K, so it will be quite a step up. I will be launching a group coaching program, and I'm also excited to go to Bali and just have more time for my soul and more time for myself. And yeah, I guess that's next.
Very good. So I guess you already shared the advice in terms of someone, who has a dream, feels stuck or hesitate.
I can talk more about that.
Yeah, so that was the question. So let's say someone wants to do something and they want that dream life and they really want to have it, but then they don't know what to do, they feel stuck, they doubt themselves, they hesitate. What should they do?
Right, so first of all, like, stop listening to doubters. Like, there's so many people doubting you. Like, my family doubted me for like the longest time ever, and instead of like letting them like have control over my life, I decided that no, I have control over my life, right? This is my business that I want to start, and only because my mom has limiting beliefs about what is possible, I will not portray this limiting beliefs onto myself, right? So that was huge for me, not listening to anyone doubting me and just surrounding myself with positivity, which also meant changing my environment. So I went to travel in Spain to get out of the negative environment I was in, which was amazing. And also like get really clear on what it is that you're going to do. Because for a lot of people, they tell me, well, I want a freedom lifestyle where I earn a lot of money, where blah, 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 blah. This is all great, but get like, what is it that you really want? Like get concrete on what it is that you want, because only if you have a focus, you can create an action plan around it, right? If it's all wobbly and you don't know what it is, then it's really hard to take the next step, because in your head, it's very unclear on what it is that you actually want, right? So get clarity on what it is that you want, and then just start taking action. Start taking aligned action. Don't do something just because someone tells you to do it. So everyone told me, you need a website, you need branded photos, you need blah, 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 you need a whole setup. I had nothing when I started. It was me and me. That was all I had, right? But that was enough. And I just started, and that's how things got rolling. But if I was still like 2 months ago and I was still sitting here fearful and anything, nothing would have happened, right? It only happened because I started taking action. And that's why the thing I say most often to all my clients is you have to start taking action before you're ready, right? Because we're doing things that are out of our comfort zone. Like, no one told me about this entrepreneurial life and all the challenges. And of course it was outside of my comfort zone, but big things only happen outside of your comfort zone, right? Because in comfort there's no growth. And I guess you guys want to grow, whether it be spiritually, financially, whatever it is. But that means you got to change what you're doing, because maybe what you're doing has not been helping you in getting where you want to be, right? So figure out what it is that you want to do and start taking aligned action.
Perfect. So thank you very much, Jenny.
You're welcome.
Maybe you want to share what your group is called, so that if our viewers wants to see more and know more about you, they can find out.
Sure. If you are a female entrepreneur or inspiring entrepreneur, I'm only working with women. That's a decision I made. You can join my group. It's called the Future Female CEO. I guess we can link it here below so it's easier for you to find.
Yes.
Go ahead and join me if you want to. I hope you have a wonderful day. I hope all your dreams come true, but don't wait for your dreams to come true. Take action in order to make them come true.
Perfect. And for those who are following the Unlimited Abundance program, I guess what I could say is, what would it take for us to know what to do next? Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.